Alrighty, pushers, it's Mr. BAPUS History. Here we go, another episode. We got growth, diversity, and conflict, colonial society on the eve of the revolution, 1720 to 1763. Starting off with this quote, Jean Saint Jean de Crèvecoeur, letters from an American farmer, 1782. What then is this American, this new man? He is neither European nor descendant of a European, hence the strange mixture of blood that you will find in no other country. He's an American who, leaving behind all his ancient prejudices and manners, receives new ones from the new life he has embraced. The American is a new man who acts upon new principles. He must therefore entertain new ideas, form new opinions. All right, here we go, straight to the notes. Commerce, culture, and identity. The transatlantic trade increased after 1720, resulting in more frequent exchanges between Britain and its colonies, bringing in new goods and new ideas, especially the print culture, newspapers galore. The Enlightenment. This philosophy is raging through Europe. It's the idea that human reason can understand and shape the world. Science, it's replacing the old ways of thinking. Pietism, the idea that humans have a personal relationship with God. These are two philosophies that are floating around Europe that are influencing the colonies that are being spread by the print culture, called the print revolution. Colonists start building a road network to ease trade, travel, and the spread of ideas. There's a print revolution. British printers printed everything. Colonists started printing their own newspapers, including Benjamin Franklin started printing things as well. That's where he became famous. So they're reading and printing and learning all sorts of ideas that are spreading up and down the colonies. The Enlightenment in America. The European Enlightenment used scientific reasoning to study all aspects of life. Sir Isaac Newton published the Principia Mathematica 1687, which were the laws of motion. The four principles of the Enlightenment. Number 1, natural laws. Number 2, the power of human reason. Number 3, natural rights. Number 4, the progressive improvement of society. So these natural laws are laws of nature. The power of human reason understands. So the idea is that the human brain can understand these natural laws. Humans have natural rights, and that society is improving itself constantly, getting better. John Locke's 2 treatises on government in 1690, political authority does not come from the divine right of kings, but from social contracts made by people to preserve their natural rights of life, liberty, and property. These Enlightenment principles were widely adopted by the educated class. People like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin are reading these things and being influenced by them. Speaking of Benjamin Franklin, his contributions. Benjamin Franklin, example of the effect of Enlightenment on educated American colonists. He was a deist, or he believed in deism, the belief that God created the world but does not intervene in people's lives. Like a clockmaker sitting back and letting things happen. Franklin was a philosopher, a polyglot, an author. He wrote Poor Richard's Omelette, a printer, inventor. He invented bifocals in the Potbelly soap, and he was a scientist. He did experiments with electricity. He also invented a musical instrument and was a composer. He was a genius on multiple levels. What a guy. Founding father of America. American Pietism in the First Great Awakening. Pietism, a Christian movement embracing pious behavior, emotional worship, and a mysterious union with God. The New England Revivalism. Jonathan Edwards was the most famous of the Great Awakening preachers. In 1730, he preached Puritanism, the belief in predestination, but with emotion. George Whitefield's Great Awakening. He preached all over the colonies with such emotion that led to a revival of religious practice. Religious upheaval in the North. The Great Awakening divides the Puritans into Old Lights, who are the conservative visitors, versus the New Lights, who are the Great Awakeners. The Old Lights forced the New Lights out of the tax-supported churches. Congregationalists. New Light starts new churches, separatist churches that are funded by voluntary contributions of the churchgoers. So it's very democratic. It's not tax-supported churches. The Great Awakening challenged challenged the authority of all ministers. New colleges were founded to train the New Light ministers, such as Princeton, Columbia, Brown, and Rutgers University. So these ideas of the Enlightenment and Pietism come to America and are spread by people like Jonathan Edwards and George Whitefield. Social and religious conflict in the South. In the southern colonies, Anglican ministers were paid by the planter elite or by the King of England, because they were Anglicans. Presbyterian revival. The Presbyterian, a new religious branch created by the Great Awakening, attracted many poor and middle class citizens, but was discouraged by the elite. The Baptists were another religion that came out of the first Great Awakening. The Baptists were new lights, vigorously preached a democratic message and adult baptism. These became known as born-again Christians. They would march them into the river and dunk them in the water. They welcomed slaves to their baptismal revivals and criticized planter elites' decadent lifestyles. They called one another brother and sister, stressing that they were all equal in the eyes of God. All this weakened but did not overthrow the traditional authority and resulted in a widespread adoption of Baptist Christianity among the slave population, it still is to this, the Baptist religion is still very influential to this very day. Students, that is it for the notes. Students, A pushers, that is it for the notes. Until next time.